Miami's new number one for all the hits, the new hits 97.3, where pop culture lives. It's your girl, Jaylah, and I am beyond excited today because I have some really special guests in studio. Oh, my heart it's like bouncing out of control, and I got the chills and everything because this to me is so major for so many reasons. Women empowerment, local women, minority women, just all around girl power. And I have the beautiful ladies of Nest of Love in the building. I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves because they are not here for me.
Hi, Queen Jaylah. This is Samantha Gill, founder of Nest of Love.
And I'm Brianna Jordan, the volunteer leader.
Oh, ladies, I'm so excited. I know you guys have South Florida making a lot of noise and the community making a lot of noise, which is incredible because you guys are young, Latina. I mean, Miami, like you guys scream all of South Florida right now. And let's start off from the beginning because we're going to get to the big news later. I know a lot of people, they've seen you in the hallways and they're like, oh my God, we've seen you before on TV. But we're going to get there. Let's start off on how you guys even got to the TV. Tell us more about Nest of Love.
Nest of Love is my baby, and I'm Samantha. So Nest of Love is a 501c3 nonprofit organization for women empowerment. And Nest of Love is a home where we have community outreach programs, which is where Brianna and her team come in. We have our leadership program. We have our mentorship program. We're currently working on our wellness program and our spiritual guidance program.
I am going to have to ask, and they tell me never to ask women this, but I'm not one of those women. So how old are you guys?
I'm 20, Samantha, I'm 27 years young.
Years young. And Brianna, I'm only 23.
Incredible, because your story, your background story, Samantha, finance manager for Mercedes-Benz. I mean, corporate executive, like you were up there at a very young age, which already speaks volumes. But to leave, which is what I feel like raised to know, which is like stability, comfort, normal routine jobs per se. You decided to literally just like drop this and follow your heart and your gut and, lead with your heart, which was for your community, for these women to change the world. How? Like,
she's like, give me the secrets. So yes, I worked for AutoNation, Mercedes-Benz, for almost 8 years. I started as a temp receptionist, and I definitely love every single thing that company implements. So their process is what built me to create my own organization. And I loved being an executive. I loved my job. I loved everything that I am or what I was building for that organization. But I also seen a need, one in Miami, two in women.
Absolutely.
Three, I have younger sisters. One is 13 and one is 10. And being a role model to these young women and seeing what society is showing now, I feel there's a importance to be an influencer to not only young ladies but to women as well, to correct the problems that we're having right now.
Absolutely. I know sometimes, and I know one of the things, especially right now, everything's about perception. Yeah. We live in this world, social media, you talk about Instagram, you talk about any of these things, even, just simply using a filter. It's all about a perception that people like to use. That's kind of the world that we're being taught in. Even for my daughter who's 4 years old, goes and she wants to use the filters and play around and, but at the end of the day, how do you feel about, like, does it feel sometimes that you're going like up the current instead of like down with it?
So when I first started Nest of Love, I had this rule for myself, and I said that I didn't want to wear makeup. I didn't want to do any of these things. And I said I wanted people to start being themselves and be comfortable with who they are. And that's not the norm right now because of what social media or what we see. But then there's a different perspective of it. So I think it's like do as you see, not as
You're told.
Yeah. So you can see all these amazing, beautiful women on television or, with the filters or any of these things that amplify your beauty. But it taught me about helping individuals learn how to love themselves with it. Like, literally seek within and find themselves, which gave me a purpose. So I love everything that's going on because it allows me to bring the best out of everyone.
You're going to make me cry. Stop it. I already see your eyes watering. Brianna,
Yes.
let me give her a break for a second. Tell me a little bit more because you're extremely young. You just recently graduated from school.
Yes.
So we had a great, interesting conversation earlier about you were in TV and TV broadcasting per se, right?
Yeah,
Journalism, broadcasting, communications.
Yes.
And you said something really interesting that to me, I had a similar feeling in a sense, and sometimes it's hard to juggle that in this industry.
Yeah.
But tell us why you are now the volunteer coordinator instead of pursuing what you went to school with, essentially, being on TV.
Well, honestly, like, as soon as I graduated, I wanted to get deeper into obviously what I went to school for. I mean, I paid money to go to school and get this degree and do what I was told to do. and yeah, I did it. But when I was in it, I guess I got very turned off because the women in the industry, in that television industry, or women sometimes in general, to me, come off as very competitive. And I'm not a competitive person when it comes to having to compete against another human being. That's just not who I am.
It's really weird because I feel like as women, we're kind of, especially if we want to be in an industry like this, it's like we kind of put against each other in a weird way instead of empowering each other.
Yeah.
So that really resonated with me when you spoke about that. But not only that, you went, I think for me, and most people would say that's one extreme to another though, to go from like, I'm going to do TV and this is so catty to like, oh no, forget that. I'm empowering women and I'm going to figure out how to put these people together.
I think that it felt like, because I went to school and I did this and that, and like after school I was like, what do I have but this paper that says I graduated with the degree? Now what? Now what do I do? And I felt like I have a bigger purpose than working a 9 to 5 and partying on the weekends and hanging out with my friends. And
let me tell you, at your age, like
23,
like at your age, for you to even say something like that goes to show, you know, the type of women and the type of push that you guys are giving these girls, where it's like, have a balance, like, you know what I mean? And that's beautiful. So Nest of Love is how old now?
1 year.
Today's our anniversary.
Happy birthday.
You're a cheater. Today is our anniversary.
Wanted you guys to have an amazing, happy anniversary.
Yay.
Congratulations. This obviously leads to an amazing pre-birthday present, I'm going to call it.
This is the
ultimate birthday present. Yes.
You guys also got another amazing present that was seen all over the world on the season premiere of Ellen. I got the chills just even because I heard a little bit about this, but it was like, oh, we're just going to go shoot promos and oh my God, we're going to go to LA and it's going to be fun because it's a women empower. Like you were so focused on the women empowerment side of like, I'm taking my girls, we're going to LA, we're getting a different experience. And that turned into like a completely different thing.
Baby girl.
Tell us a little bit what happened on Ellen.
So yes, we were under the assumption that Nest of Love was going to do a promo video for both Ellen and Kylie Jenner. And as you've seen on TV,
that's not what happened.
They tricked us, and it was an incredible, honestly, besides obviously being here and having the opportunity to speak about Nest of Love and let the community know what we're doing, especially on our anniversary, like on our birthday. I cannot thank Ellen, Kylie, Chris, all of them. I cannot thank them enough for bringing my dream to life.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you're not only, and this is my favorite part about all that. I mean, the money's great. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, so,
750,000 from Kylie and Kris Jenner ain't sound too bad.
No.
People that, now I get to say, oh, I worked at Mercedes-Benz. I was already making six figures. So it's not about
The money.
the money. And that's something that I want, this is the point of, interviews.
Like, what I felt about that, though, it was more about the recognition.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
fact that you guys
To
represented
recognize our
Miami, the fact
Yeah.
that they were so focused on that, on what you did for you, your family, the community, the fact that you were from Miami, the fact that you worked so hard, you were young, like, all of that meant so much more than the money. I've like, even for me, like watching that kind of go down and seeing the looks on you all's faces and like,
Just the excitement just to get the kit from, we were like,
kids, forget the money, I got makeup.
we did think that when she presented one of Sam's gifts that it was the entire birthday collection, and she opened it and we're like,
Well, in the
we
holy
would have been
greenery.
happy with the kit, but
I was
thank
like-
God,
it was incredible.
an experience like we will never forget, and we got to do it together.
So what's next? Because I know you guys have this is only the beginning. Like this is
I wish I
like
could be like, well, we're doing.
imagine this is only the beginning. So obviously, what's next? I know you guys have a great event coming up in January, which I
Absolutely.
just heard expanded, which makes my heart even happier.
She's like, come to Broward.
Yeah.
So, yes, Nest of Love is working on an annual project, which we hope, or we will, expand to other states. But currently in Miami and Broward, we are working on Unite Women in Business, which is a expo trade show marketplace where we will have vendors. So you have 150 to 234 vendors that are welcome to
Wow.
be present in this experience with us. You have sponsorships, and this will be 3 segments. So it's going to be broken up into wellness, beauty, and business. And it's going to have keynote speakers, workshops where it's like combining like a Tony Robbins experience with the moral of this event is to let people know about businesses that are in the community, women-owned businesses, or I mean, every business needs women, but it's just to bring awareness and bring acknowledgement to these incredible women who worked so hard, just as we did, to build their business or to build whatever it is that they're doing. It doesn't have to necessarily be a business you own, but you work for someone or you do something incredible. Let us know.
Yeah.
We want to let everyone know what it is you're doing.
How can people sign up to be volunteers? How can they get in contact with you? How can they see like everything Nest of Love?
So primarily Nest of Love, you can find us on our webpage, nestoflove.org. That's the website, and on there you can go ahead and click to be a volunteer. You can register there. You can also email us at hello@nestoflove.org. And you can also follow us on social media, Nest of Love, org. Nest of Love org, right? Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to encourage, and I know this sounds weird, guys, men, apparently
welcome you.
we are welcome. So
Yes.
if you, there's plenty of ladies, but no, I've heard even your boyfriends all come through. They all help.
Yes.
This is amazing because
So
it just goes to show the love there is. It's so genuine. It's so, like heartfelt. You guys really do put your heart on your sleeves when you guys are doing all this stuff. Like you genuinely want to see this help grow, and our community definitely needs more women like you. So I really do appreciate having you guys here, and we're gonna go finish celebrating your birthday. Nessa, love, happy birthday. Thank you guys for being here. It's your girl Jaylah on Miami's new #1 for all the hits, the new hits 97.3.